Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be reviewing the new concealer on the block, which is the Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Long Wear Concealer. So as soon as Revolution announced this, I was like, I need to get it. I was so excited to get my hands on it, and I got my hands on 3 colors that I'll be reviewing for you. So we're going to be testing them out. I'll also be doing a wear test throughout the day. I'll see how that goes, because you know it's not very easy to do that usually, but I'll try my best. And if you want to see my review and the wear test, please keep watching. Okay, so let's just get started by saying that concealer is my thing. I love concealer because, can you see these babies? Can you just see the situation? Now my dark circles are sleep deprivation, mommy sleep deprivation, but also hereditary. So I've tried loads of things, they kind of fade a little bit, but they never kind of go away. So concealer is the thing that I always need. I need a really good concealer to apply, not crease, last throughout the day, because some concealers fade during the day and then the darkness starts creeping back. That is not what I want. So this is claiming to be 16-hour wear. I did some swatches and it seemed good. The swatches are on my Instagram, so I'll leave my Instagram somewhere here. Please check it out. Show me some love. I would really appreciate it. And let's get started. So my usual concealer, the concealer that I always gravitate to, it has been the L'Oreal Infallible in 337 Almond. But what I've found now that I'm kind of like regularly using like retinol and exfoliating, and my skincare routine has been like really meticulous, my skin has got lighter, so now this is a little bit too dark for me, so I probably have to go like a shade lighter. But anyway, so this is what I go to. This is what I kind of like slap on my face, use my beauty blender, blend it all, out the door, done. That's what I usually do. I've got, from the Revolution concealers, my favorite concealer, I mean this broke the internet when it came out, didn't it? The Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer and Contour. So these were really comparable to the Tarte Shape Tape ones. They're not really the same, but they are similar, kind of. Yeah, they're similar. So this one is amazing. Then after this one came out, which is the Conceal and Hydrate, which has hyaluronic acid, which I've been really loving. I'd say the consistency is not as thick as this, so I kind of use it on my good days, if you know what I mean. And then they came out with these concealers. So these are long wearing, and they've got niacinamide in them, so that's kind of like the special thing. So niacinamide is really like brightening. It's really good because it has like skin tone correcting properties. It's also very good for shrinking pores. I mean, niacinamide in general is like a really good like skincare product. I usually use the Ordinary one. Let me just show you the Ordinary one. It's amazing. Do check out niacinamide if you're struggling with blemishes, redness, skin tone problems. A lot of the Korean face masks or like sheet masks use niacinamide as like a brightening product, so it has lots and lots of benefits. So the fact that now we've got makeup with skincare benefits, I'm so excited. So what we're going to do is I'm going to swatch them on my face, and then we're going to see which one we're kind of going to use. If I'm looking down here, it's because my mirror is here, because I can't really see that far. I mean, I can, but you know, like, just it'll be easier to have a mirror. So I've got shades 9.5, 10.5, and 10.9. Now 10.9 is a new color, and it's for olive skin tones, which is something that I just immediately picked up. So let's go from 9.5. In the Concealer and Hydrate, I use 9.5 as well. So I'm just going to do some swatches. Now, I've never actually tried these on myself. Okay, I really like this hijab, so I'm going to move it out of the way. Alright, let's see. So I picked these colours because they're the undertone is quite warm, which is what I like. Now I would say with 10.5, which is my go-to colour, it dries down more neutral than it does warm. 10.5. And then, and I did these swatches on my hand yesterday, and I could immediately tell that this one would be way too dark for me, if you can tell. Yeah, so I think most probably I will go with a combination of 9.5 and 10.5, because 10.9, even though it's an olive skin tone and I really like the skin tone, it is way too dark for me, like way too dark. I could use it as a like a gentle contour, but not really. So let me just wipe this off. And I've got my skincare done already. If you're wondering what my skincare routines are, like the basic ones, I've got Instagram videos on those, so I am going to shamelessly plug my Instagram. Sorry guys. Isn't that what people do? Anyway, okay. So, the one thing that I wouldn't say I use this every day, but I use it very often, especially now because I'm trying a new product out and I want to do it justice. I usually use my orange corrector. And can you... Whoopsies, one second. Can you tell that I love this? Because like it's worn out. This is my personal one. This is not what I use in my kit. But look at this. Look at this. I do love it. I do love it. I feel like it's so easy to use these Smashbox ones because I don't really have to get my hands dirty, because obviously having orange concealer on your hand is not very nice. So I really like just trying to find a brush. Brush, where are you? There you are. Okay, so I kind of the Zoeva. This is my favorite all-time brush. This is the small buffer brush. I think that's what it's called. The Face Shape 110. Okay, so I kind of do that to take the edge off the darkness. Like this. And now I'm going to go with a combination of 9.5 and 10.5. So I'm going to put 9.5. I'm going to dot it this way. And then what I'm going to do is, again, this is the first time trying this, so I'm just going to wing it and try a bit of 10.5 this way. And maybe try the 10.5 on my face. I would still say this is just a little bit too dark, or like a different skin tone. Let's see. So this is what I usually do. I usually use concealers instead of using foundation because I just don't want to faff around. I just want to do one thing and be out the door. So I usually use concealers. I'm going to take this e.l.f. brush that I'm really enjoying. It's called the Foundation Blurring Brush. I love this. And then just go. Now again, this is not like a full coverage by any means routine. I'm literally doing what I would do on a daily basis. Oh, that's quite nice. It's blending in really nicely. Now, as you can tell, I did not apply very much because I just don't usually apply too much. And you can see, like, you can see the scratch over here still, but it's covered a lot of the redness. Okay, great. Now what I do is I go back with my small Zoeva brush. Yeah, I like it. I do like it. Oh, I do like it. Now what I'll do is I might just add a little bit more of the 10.5 just around here. And what I'll do is this time I'll go in with my hand. Yeah, this is definitely better. I feel like the brush took off a lot of the product. And to be honest, I usually use my fingers to blend in my concealer just because I can really get in there. That or my beauty blender. But I usually use my fingers, to be honest. This way I can really like settle in the concealer into my fine lines and wrinkles. Because yes, I have them. And to be honest, I do find it quite therapeutic to do this as well. Okay. So I would say that did a great job. It is covering, it doesn't feel like it is just blend the edges. It doesn't feel like it's just sitting on my skin. It's blended in really nicely. Now what I'll do is I'll quickly set it before it goes anywhere. And for setting my concealer, I usually use not a damp but a dry beauty blender. That way I don't get like such a big... I'm not baking at the moment, I'm just setting. So I usually do it with a dry beauty blender. And that's it. So I hope you can tell it's done a really good job at correcting my under eye circles and just the darkness. I'll put like a video of me here talking in the beginning, and then you can see the difference between this one and this one. But I think it's done a great job. So what I'll do is I'll just finish up the rest of my face and I'll come back. I'm back! So I just put a little bit of eyeliner, mascara, blush, a little bit of I wouldn't say it's like highlighter, but it's like one of these powders from Revolution as well, and a lip, and I used Tulle by Colourpop, which I feel like matches the season outside, which is winter, but also what I'm wearing. So this is a full face. Now I have to say that I had to kind of go in with a wet beauty blender because I just felt like it was starting to get a little bit like dry and like settle in. So I just took a wet beauty blender and kind of like went over it with just the beauty blender. I didn't add anything else on top of it. It's sitting really nicely on my actual skin. Like I put it on my nose and like on my cheeks and around my mouth, and it's not settling in any of the lines, which I'm really excited about. I mean, I just put it on, so I will give it the benefit of the doubt for now, but I feel like it's sitting really well. It doesn't break up on my skin or make my skin look like it's even more textured than it already is. Under the eyes, I feel like it will kind of like settle in the lines. What I might do next time I use it is actually let it sit on the skin a bit longer before I blend it in, and hopefully I'll get a more kind of like creaseless, is that the word? Creaseless look. But so far so good. I will check back in later on today and let you know how the concealer performs. Now, I just have to do like a disclaimer. I have a lot of lines under my eyes. My under eyes are also very dry. So concealers tend to, what's the word? Break up, start looking a bit like not good. The only concealers that I've ever found that kind of like last the whole day are probably the ones that I bake. So if I bake it, it will stay there, but then I can't bake every day. I mean, I don't even look like this every day. I look like how the video started. That's what I look like every day. That's how I drop my son off, and I don't have time for anything else. So this is like a very, like, this is the weekend sort of me where my husband's around, someone's here to look after the baby, so I get to look pretty and then go out. So I'm gonna be out the whole day, and it is, let me show you, it is now, I know this is gonna seem late, but it is now, without showing you my messages, it is now 12:50. So ooh, it's exactly 12:50. I will check back in at a later time, hopefully when we're back home and the kids are settled in bed. Let's see how long this makeup lasts. I might take the lip off for lunch because I don't want it to go everywhere, but otherwise I'm going to be keeping my face on. So I'll see you later. Welcome back to my channel. Yes, I look very tired, I can see that. It has been a long day, full of activities, full of tears, one nap, I did nap, and just lots of like illness. Everyone's ill in the house, so it's been a tough couple of days because everyone's moaning, everyone's tired, everyone's just moving a lot slower than usual. But I'm coming back to you with regards to the concealer. So let me get my phone and show you what time it is. It is 9:20 in the night time. So I've had this for going on to 9 hours now. I would never keep my makeup on for this long. I'd probably take it off as soon as I got home. But I really wanted to test it out to show you. So if you appreciate my effort, please leave me a thumbs up down below. I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, so the concealer, I have to say, pros and cons. Let's start with the pros. This held up so well. Like I mentioned, I had a nap. I was out most of the day. Then I had, like, you know, the nap also, like, my eyeliner massively smudged, which I didn't really fix, can you tell? But I just wanted to test it, like, just see how it wears, even with like smudging, going out, we went swimming, so like all of it. It really impressed me in the way it kind of held up. The one thing that I suffer from is dry under eyes. So after like a good couple of hours of wear, my under eyes start looking quite dry. And this actually did not happen with this concealer until only a couple of hours ago. Like only now will I say, okay, my under eyes look quite dry in person or in the mirror, and this is the time I'd like take my makeup off. But it held on so well, and I feel like the one thing that this concealer did was sink into my skin. So a lot of concealers, especially thicker concealers, which this is a lot thicker than like the original concealer, let me get like the original concealer, or like this is quite liquidy, this is like a Tarte Shape Tape consistency, and this is a little bit thicker. But the claims of the extra pigmentation is true, because I feel like even though it was thicker, it didn't kind of sit on my skin and make it look cakey. I feel like it almost like feels like, and it doesn't feel like a serum, but it's like a serum with pigment. So it kind of absorbed into my skin and the pigment stayed. So I didn't feel like it was cakey at all, especially like it didn't sink into my smile line. It didn't kind of accentuate like my pores, and it just did such a beautiful job under my eyes as well. So in that sense, I was like really impressed. So I'm going to be testing this out for like the whole week and see how it goes. The con of this is that it does start looking quite dry under the eyes if you wear it for a really long time. it also doesn't layer very well. So say for example you want to touch up and you feel like, okay, so I've got like this blemish here and I just need to touch it up again. It doesn't layer very well. It starts looking a little bit patchy. I mean, I tried it. I tried to fix my under eyes after I slept, but it just, like, it got worse and I thought, okay, I really need to stop. So it doesn't layer very well, so you kind of have to just, you know, put it on and then just set it and just leave it. It also doesn't, if you put a powder that's too heavy on it, it looks cakey immediately. So I would recommend something like the Laura Mercier or the Huda Beauty powder that's like really finely milled, and then just go really sparingly. And also another tip to use is, I know in the previous, like in the daytime, I used a brush for it, but actually I would much rather use, don't mind the beauty blender, I'd really much rather use the beauty blender because it's a thicker consistency. I feel like the beauty blender really helps it kind of blend in a lot better without having like the patchiness. So use this with the beauty blender. But apart from that, I'm really super impressed. The color that I feel most comfortable with is 9.5, and this is quite a regular color. I think they have it in the Conceal and Hydrate as well. Someone on Instagram asked me, are these colors quite comparable to like the previous colors? And I would say they really are. You know, they set in the same color. So I tried the 10.5 in the normal one and the 10.5 in the new one, and they are almost identical when they set. One more thing I really wanted to show you. So as soon as I finished the morning makeup and everything and I was ready to go, what I did was I swatched these two. So this is the original and this is the new one, and I just wanted to test the longevity of it. Okay, let me show you like this. So can you see? So this is the original one, and then this is the infinity one, the long wearing one. And I mean, I'm washing up, I'm with the kids all the time, it rubs on clothes, and this is just an indication of how well it kind of lasts during the day. It had water on it, clothes on it, I did loads, and it kind of still stuck around. So it gives you like an indication of how well it survives during the day. So I would definitely say I'm very, very impressed. And yeah, I hope they come out with a foundation, because I'd be really interested in trying it out, because it feels so good on the skin in terms of like sinking into my skin. It really doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything, which I really appreciate. So this is the small size. So if you can compare it with the Conceal and Hydrate, this is the small size. So this is for £6, then you get a jumbo one for £9. And I just really wanted to try the colours out to see what fit me before I bought the jumbo one, but I think once this is over I will be getting a jumbo one. So it's always a good day when you find a new concealer that you love. So I will report back most probably on Instagram. So on it I kind of update a lot more of my likes and dislikes and products on Instagram. Like I do like mini reviews on my stories or my feed. So if you want to know more of what I think about product, do follow me. I think I've plugged it enough, sorry guys. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review, and please like and subscribe down below, and until next time.